What's up, Fackers? We are back with our Fantasy and Chill 101, counting down the top 101 fantasy football players for the 2020 season. Number 83 on the countdown is wide receiver Michael Gallup of the Dallas Cowboys. He is our 34th ranked wide receiver. Last year, he finished as wide receiver number 22. Okay, so a few of his stats last year, he had 66 catches for 1,107 yards and 6 touchdowns on 113 targets. He scored 187.7 fantasy points for an average of 13.4 points per game. So quite the big step that he took last year, fantasy wise. Last year was his second year in the league. We know about that. Second year for receivers is usually a big step. So going into his third season, can he continue to build on that? He only had 6 fewer targets than Amari Cooper last season. So when you think of the Cowboys, you think it's Amari Cooper way above everybody else, but really he was right there in terms of targets. But kind of the downside to that is he only had a 58.4 catch percentage. So what that means is of his targets, he only caught 58.4% of them. That ranks 156 out of 199 qualifiers. So the bottom quarter there of qualifiers for catch percentage. Now, is that due to Michael Gallup or is that due to the quarterback throwing the ball, Dak, who maybe isn't the most accurate quarterback ever?
I'd also be interested to see what his average depth of target is. I didn't actually look at that, but I mean,
Yeah,
if you're
that could
running,
factor into it
yeah, if
also.
you're running deep, obviously you're not going to catch as many balls as if you're running like these short routes. That
Right.
could be something to do with it too. I don't know.
But I
Uh,
checked that percentage because when I checked the targets, it stood out that he had 113 targets and only 66 catches. That means only almost 50 balls that were thrown to him weren't caught, which seems like a lot.
I just mean, hey, there's room to improve then, right?
Yeah,
I
maybe.
mean,
Yeah, room to improve.
so not only do second year receivers, you expect them to take a little leap, but I think there's like a known thing around the fantasy world, I guess, is that whenever a receiver gets into their third year, that's considered a lot to, or most of the time to be their breakout year. So
Hmm.
this is Gal's supposed to be breakout year. Uh, Another downside is though that they did draft CeeDee Lamb in this past draft, which
Yep, kind of the unspoken thing there is not only is he competing with Amari Cooper for targets, but now they've drafted a stud wide receiver in CeeDee Lamb in the first round. So it's just going to be interesting to see how all three of them factor in what the target distribution looks like, especially this first year.
yeah, so we said in the past too that you usually shouldn't be worried about rookie wide receivers. It takes them at least half the season just to get used to the offense. So I'm not too worried about the CeeDee Lamb signing or drafting, but he is probably going to take some targets away. The good thing is though that we know as oh, I'm not a Texans fan anymore, but Randall Cobb is gone, so that frees up. He had 55 receptions last year, and also Jason Witten is gone from the Cowboys, and that frees up another 63 receptions that he had last year. So there's going to be plenty of
Right.
receptions to go somewhere. I know Blake Jarwin is. I think you're kind of high on him this year, or higher
Yeah, I
than.
like Blake Jarwin to fill in for Witten, and then so you're figuring that CeeDee Lamb is basically going to replace that Randall Cobb role just in his rookie year.
Possibly, or the receptions might go more towards Gallup. I don't think, like I said, CeeDee Lamb is going to be that big of a factor early on, at least. Maybe towards the middle of the season, he might start stealing some receptions. But I like Gallup a lot this year, actually.
So yeah, I think I'm a little bit lower than most people on him. It just seems that way, but it's just man, these receivers are about to get so good in our countdown. There's so many good, solid receivers to target in those mid to late rounds,
Yeah,
and he's so with the 83 ranking, that means we're targeting him in the early ninth round, late eighth round. I He'd probably go before that in your
yeah.
draft.
So I think I was looking up. I know it's still May right now, so a lot of the ADPs probably haven't caught up to where they're actually going to be when you start drafting. But right now, he's going around round five, mid round five,
Yeah.
I think. Where this is 12 team too, so earlier than that for actually it'd be later than that for 10 team, right? I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's going earlier than what we have him ranked as right now. So I don't know if I'm willing to spend that high of a draft pick on him, but possibly he falls a little bit with the CeeDee Lamb
Right,
draft.
because with that ADP, you're drafting him as your second wide receiver, your starting wide receiver
Yeah.
two, and I just don't know how confident I would be having to rely on him every week as my wide receiver
Yeah.
two.
It also depends on if you're going to draft like a couple running backs, 2 or 3 running backs before you start going after wide receivers,
Right.
or if this is like a flex guy for you. So if this is my guy in my flex, I'm kind of excited to have him there because it's
I
definitely
feel
it's a high
pretty good
upside guy.
about him as a flex. Yeah.
So if I know
Trying to
we just
see where he was drafted last year.
I took him super late. It
You
might have
took
been
him in the
round.
11th
Uh,
11th round.
okay, yeah, I think that was. I mean, he finished 22, so that was great value right there.
Yeah, but I don't think he ended up on your team, did he?
Yeah, I played him. If I traded him mid-season, I think to Keegan
Yeah, about to
for
say, I
some.
remember he was one of the reasons why Keegan beat me in the first round of the playoffs
Yeah,
because he went off.
I think I traded him like at the deadline. I don't know what I got for him. I forgot. But he was pretty good for a few, like quite a few games actually. And you also got to factor in that Amari Cooper has had some injury concerns. So if Cooper goes down at any point in the season, he definitely gets a boost from that.
Yeah,
And
I like his upside.
yeah, so we just did Alshon Jeffrey. I know Alshon Jeffrey's your boy, but who you taking? You have Cooper ranked. You have Gallup ranked higher.
I think it just comes down to what my team looks like at this point. What I need more.
Yeah, I mean he is only ranked one spot higher than Jeffrey.
Yeah, so they're all about right the same. Now, obviously, I think Alshon's probably more dependable,
Okay.
but I
That's
think Gallup is by far the sexier pick and way higher upside.
yeah, yeah. That's just kind of funny coming from you after Alshon Jeffrey screwed you over from me.
Right,
He
but
did.
it's not like he didn't perform. He just
Yeah, he got hurt. Yeah.
broke his foot in
Gallup
like the
hasn't broken a
first
foot
quarter.
yet.
Not
I
yet.
don't know. I probably have. I don't know my rankings right now because I I haven't actually sorted them out yet. But right now, I'd have Gallup way higher than Jeffrey for me at least.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that I'm lower than most on Gallup and higher than most on Alshon. So,
Yeah, yeah. That's
all
all I
right.
got for
So
Gallup.
Gallup, solid mid to late round, not even late, just mid round receiver. Maybe target him as your flex. Wide receiver two, I'm a little iffy on, but solid flex for as a wide receiver goes. Or if you're like us and added an extra wide receiver slash tight end flex spot this year, I think he fits in perfectly
Your
to that
third,
extra
yeah,
spot.
yeah.
So just to wrap it up, he is our 34th ranked wide receiver, number 83 overall. We out.
We are out.